Good morning, everyone. We are going to begin by singing together. It's number 389, Gathered Here. It's something that you can probably pick up pretty quickly and just follow along with Matthew. Please rise in body and spirit wherever you're joining us from to sing Gathered Here.
All together.
Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit, draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here is one strong body, gathered here in the mystery of the hour, Spirit, draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here is one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit, draw near.
Our opening words are by Alberto Rios from his poem, A House Called Tomorrow. You are not 15 or 12 or 17. You are 100 wild centuries and 15, bringing with you in every breath and in every step someone who has come before you. All the yous you have been, the mothers of your mother, the fathers of your father. If someone in your family tree was trouble, 100 were not. The bad do not win, not finally, no matter how loud they are. We simply would not be here if that were so. You are made fundamentally from the good. With this knowledge, you never march alone. Welcome this morning to our very special All Souls Sunday, our service of love and remembrance for all those who have gone before us. We are building our community altar this morning, and if you have not yet had a chance to place your photos or mementos on the altar at our next song, you are invited to come forward and do so. We are here this morning letting love offer us healing and inviting memories to bring us comfort. Welcome here into this community, into this loving community of seekers striving to live with integrity, nurture wonder, and inspire the actions that transform us and transform the world. I'm the Reverend Julia Hamilton. My pronouns are she, her, and I am joined this morning by Matthew Grissett, our music director, by our choir, by Heather on the piano, by Sarah and Justine and John. And I want to give a special thank you to Will and Blaze, who are up in the balcony with John, who've been helping out as volunteers with our tech. A lot of gratitude. It takes a lot of folks to keep things rolling around here on Sunday mornings. We don't do anything alone here at the Unitarian Society. Here you are welcome, whoever you are, whoever you love, whether you're a Dodgers fan or a Blue Jays fan. Although I think there's a slight preference in this community, if you can tell. Joys and sorrows, all welcome here this morning. If you are joining us in our online sanctuary, we welcome you too. We are one community being here in many different ways from many different places. We want to welcome everyone and get to know you. If you are getting to know us, go ahead and stop by the welcome table or click that visitor link. Give us your contact information so that we can keep in touch with you and get you connected to everything that's going on here in this congregation. And if you've been attending for a while and you feel like this might be your home, your community to journey through life with, we welcome you into membership on any Sunday. Just stop by the membership table for more information. We have a few things coming up in the life of the congregation, some seasonal activities to look forward to. The first is that to raise funds for their trip to the La Cobina Migrant Shelter and their service trip coming up this spring, the youth group is going to be doing their annual pie auction. How many of you have bought pies from the youth here in the past, right? If we teach our youth anything, it is how to cook good food as they go out into their life together. We're going to do it a little differently. The pies are going to be auctioned off on the 9th, next Sunday, and will be ready for pickup on the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So this will also cross something off your to-do list if you need to have a delicious dessert for your Thanksgiving table. We are coming up on the last Lunch and Learn of our fall series. Thank you to everyone who has volunteered. I hope many of you have enjoyed those classes that Charlotte Brigante has put together for learners of all ages. So our last Lunch and Learn is coming up, and it will be starting up again after the new year. Our youth and children are also doing a sock drive. So for our partnership with the Warming Center, that season is starting up this month. So look in your order of service for more information about all of these upcoming events. And finally, I want to make sure everyone knows about the Alliance, right? The Alliance is one of the longest standing groups within the congregation. Each month on the first Friday of the month, bringing topics of interest to the community. So if you haven't checked out the Alliance, this month they're going to be inviting folks from the food bank, a very, very timely topic of conversation as we enter into this period of food insecurity for so many. So join the Alliance. If you're a part of the Alliance, go ahead and raise your hand. You can ask questions, find out more from any of these folks here. I invite you now to take a breath, to allow yourself to be fully present here to this moment, to this gathered community of all souls that stretches forward and backward in time, and yet is always here right now, as we ring our bell and let the sound connect us. Microphone.
Silence, there cannot be music. Without sorrow, there cannot be joy. Let the darkness inspire us to be radiantly alive.
Sundays, when we recognize members of this congregation who have died, we light what we call a candle of memory. On our All Souls Sunday, we also kindle this candle of memory, honoring all of those who have made their home here at the Unitarian Society and on whose shoulders we rest as we move forward in our work of building a beloved world. These are our ancestors, and they are very much present with us here this morning.
Every Sunday, we find one good thing in the world to share. And my good thing today, I did not have in mind that it's the first Sunday of the month and we would be doing the birthday blessings. But I found a good thing, a baker in Charlotte, North Carolina named Manolo Betancourt, who believes everyone deserves a birthday cake. So for 12 years, he's been donating cakes to celebrate the birthdays of those experiencing homelessness in his city. And I get a little choked up thinking about that. He came to this country 25 years ago from his native Colombia. And he said, "We don't call them homeless, they're our neighbors." An employee told him the last person he delivered a cake to cried and said it was the first time he had a birthday cake in his life. And Betancourt said, "That was the most important cake we ever made." So that's a good thing in the world.
As Justine mentioned, this is the first Sunday of the month, and I love the way we celebrate our All Souls traditionally on the first Sunday of November, which is also a day when we celebrate the birthdays of folks, celebrating that whole wheel of our lives. So if you have a November birthday, I invite you to come forward now so that we can give you our love and birthday blessings. And if you want to say your name and the day you were born, you can say how old you are. That's always optional. And Sarah has our birthday star stickers for you to put on your name tag or your shirt. So come on up and just kind of join me up here. We've got some choir folks going to come down. All of our November birthdays up here. And we're just going to pass the mic down the line real quick and just say your name and hold your applause until the very end. All right. Here are our November birthdays. Here with you.
Hello, I'm Judy Eisenhower. My birthday is November 9th, and I'll be 79.
Hi, I'm Sarah Lucas, and I was born November 6, 1946, in a taxi cab.
It was a good trip.
Hard to beat that one. Hi, my name's Eric French, and I am 29 and a bit, maybe 56.
Hello, my name's Will. My birthday is on November 24th, and I'll be 20.
Hi, my name's Craig Woodman. I played hooky last month, so I'm sliding in this month. On October 10th, I was 76.
Hi, my name's Stephen Falstish, and in 1980, when I was 32 years old, I joined this congregation, and that was 45 years ago. So 45 plus 32 is 77, which I'll be on November 23rd.
I'm Hope Firestone. My birthday is November 15th, and I'll be 73.
Hello, my name is Eric Brinkman, November 26th. I'll be 52. I've been here so long, I can't even remember when I started. And thanks to my dad and my mom, hi Mom, she's up north, so I know she can see me. So thank you, everybody.
My name is Rachel Oakes. My birthday is November 24th, and I will be 55.
I'm Keith Strohmeyer, and on November 23rd, I'll be 55.
I'm Patricia Riley Stark, and on the 29th, I'll be 83.
I'm Gail Fairburn, and also on the 29th, I will be 76, I think.
I'm Susan Dempsey. Good thing I'm last here. Today, I am 90.
So let us take a moment and send all of our love and good wishes to these birthday folks. If there's somebody who's celebrating a birthday in our online congregation, just type your name into the chat so we can recognize you. And may this coming year unfold for you with laughter and love. May you have friends to laugh with you in the good times and cry with you in the hard times. May your heart grow more compassionate. May wisdom grow in your soul. The world is a better place because you are in it. Happy birthday. You may be seated. This is an all-ages service. This is a service where we stay together in the sanctuary this morning. And so if there are kids, you're welcome to stay with your families. We also are going to have a story in just a moment. There's a table set up here with activities that Charlie's going to be helping out with. So feel free, of all ages. If you need to move around a little bit during the service, all wiggles are welcome. This is, of course, our special weekend when people take time to honor those we have loved, who have passed on. In the Christian tradition, November 1st and November 2nd are All Saints and All Souls Day. Dia de los Muertos is a tradition from Mexico that is celebrated during this time as well, and you'll see ofrendas both at community events and in people's homes during this time of year. And in the Unitarian Universalist tradition, we also celebrate All Souls Day. In fact, a lot of our congregations around the nation are named All Souls. All Souls Unitarian Universalist Congregation in Tulsa, All Souls Unitarian Universalist Congregation in DC or New York. And this is because we believe that all people have inherent worth and dignity and beauty inside of them, and we believe that no one is left outside of the circle of love. So today we have created this altar to bring photos and mementos of people who are important to us so that we can remember them and give thanks for the gifts they gave us. Some of the photos are of our ancestors, maybe people we never even met, but who are part of our family and part of our lives. Some are people we knew and loved who changed our life. Some are people we admired and loved from afar who changed our life. Some of the photos might even be of beloved animal companions, because pets can change our life too. This is not a ritual of farewell. Unlike a memorial service, this is not about saying goodbye to our loved ones. This is when we get to say hello again, to greet our ancestors once more, to welcome our beloveds home, to make a place for them year after year, and share with others the names and faces and favorite things of those who have meant so much to us. So this morning, we welcome back all of our beloved souls into this sanctuary with us. Welcome home. Sarah, I would like to invite you forward to help share a story with us this morning, because people of all ages in every generation love to share stories. So come on up if you like a good story. Kids, if you want to come on up and join me here. I see we got our first story.
Nice. Can you hold this, Dylan? Thanks. Good morning. Today, I'm going to read a book called The Memory Box, and this is a really hard story for me to get through without crying, because it makes me think of my dad, and this is the picture I brought in today, and this was my dad, and this is a picture when Dylan here was only a month old, and my dad passed away when Dylan was about 4 months old. So Dylan doesn't really remember him, and Simon never got to meet him. So for me, it's really important to keep his memory alive so that even though they don't know their grandpa, they can know him through my stories. I lost my balloon once. I tried so hard to hold on tight, to never let go, but it was windy and I was running. I watched it fly higher than the trees, above the clouds, past where I couldn't see. I was sad. But not as sad as I am now. I can always get another balloon. but I can never have another you. I miss you. Sometimes I wonder what happens to your love now that you're gone. Did it die too? Because I'm scared I'll forget you. Sometimes I wish I could still give you a hug. I would hug you so tight in a great big bear hug and never let go. I'm making a box so I won't forget you. With our memories like sand from the beach where we played and left footprints as we ran from crashing waves. I want to go everywhere we've been, everywhere you've been, and everywhere we wanted to go. I go to places that help me think of you. I look around and remember. It makes me smile. Then I find the perfect thing for my memory box. Some days are good. I laugh, I smile. Other days, I wonder if I'll ever stop feeling sad that you're gone. But I always think of you. So many things remind me of you. Today, I'm asking everyone about their favorite memories of you. Silly, sweet, some just so you. I'm listening to every word, imagining you laughing with us. It helps me when I think about our special times. And it even helps to still do the things we planned to do together. You're still with me in my heart. Now I'm making new memories. My first time on a roller coaster, trying a new sport, exploring a new place. I'll always share those memories with you. I was afraid I would forget you, but I won't. You will always be with me, no matter where I go. Whenever I miss you, I'll think of you, and I'll never forget. That is true. I know, I made it without crying. Thank you, Jasper.
It's true, and in order to help us all remember, one of the activities we have over there are making candles of memory to add. So any of the youth who want to go over there and draw pictures, write names, and then glue them onto those candles, that can help us. It's one way of remembering people we love. Thank you, Sarah, for sharing your stories with us. And this is a day for sharing stories, so I invite everyone at coffee and conversation afterward or throughout this week. This is a time to ask each other about the loved ones we are remembering today, to share those stories that we keep alive in our hearts together. I realized we went right into the time for all ages without singing one of our hymns, but we're going to go ahead and sing We Are, number 1051, in the Teal hymnal. The words are on the order of service. This is a beautiful song. Please rise in body and spirit.
For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who
I invite us into a time of meditation, reflection, and prayer. And we're going to sing again in just a moment, but we'll sing seated from where we are. But before we do this singing meditation together, I want to remind you that a lot of times when we do this time of meditation, we do this sort of expansion of compassion, right? We start by thinking about our own hearts, extending love and care to ourselves, and then moving out in ever-widening circles to extend love and care out from us into the wider world. This singing meditation is a way of singing that kind of meditation, beginning with I, moving to you, and ending with we. And so as we move through these three verses, I, you, and we, you can practice that same kind of expansive, compassionate meditation, starting with yourself, acknowledging the you, the others that are here together this morning in this gathered community, and then extending that we, not just to us here singing together wherever we are, but a we that is much larger than that, a we that encompasses all of humanity, out from here into the wideness of the world. So let us sing together, There Is a Love, by the Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker.
So I'll teach you all the melody. Please listen as I sing one time through, and then we'll begin. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love, holding you. There is a love holding you. There is a love holding all that you love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love, holding us. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love. Holding us one more time. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
Yeah, go.
Hello again. So I'm Justine, your friendly neighborhood pagan, and I like to come and share some things with you about the pagan holidays. And as you know, we just had Halloween and Samhain, which is the original Celtic holiday that came out of that. But I want to share a good thing for me personally right now. As some of you know, I've been recovering from some knee surgeries, and I've been using a walker for a really long time. And today, I'm here for the first time having graduated to the cane. And thank you. Thank you, everybody. I didn't expect applause. But I call him Stanley because he stands. So there you go, that's Stanley. So I want to ask you, have you ever been afraid of the dark? It's a common human fear, right? Especially as a kid. But it's not really the dark we're afraid of, is it? We're afraid of what might be in the dark. Were you ever scared because you thought there was something under your bed or in your closet? I see some heads nodding, yeah. One night when I was a kid, I woke up in the night and I was sure I could see a giant rat in the middle of my bedroom floor. I lay there for a long time, so scared and so tense. Then I thought I saw it move, and I screamed. And my mom came rushing in and turned on the light. Any guesses what it was? It was my big fuzzy slipper, right where I had left it before going to bed. So sometimes we get scared, right? There's something in the dark and we don't know what it is. On our own, it can be hard to be brave in that situation. But if we have someone come and switch on a light for us and show us there's nothing scary under the bed, so to speak, we don't have to feel alone. It can even be kind of fun being scared if we know there's really no danger and we have someone to hold our hand in the scary movie or grab onto in the haunted house when the mummy jumps out. Have you ever gone to a haunted house and sort of had that excited feeling of being scared, but it's okay because you know nobody's going to hurt you, and you grab onto your friend? So the dark can feel scary, but if we have a hand to hold on to, it's not so bad. So let's hold each other's hands in the dark, and we know we're not alone then and can get through it together. As we move into this darker time of the year, we know last night the clocks set back, right? So it's going to be darker earlier at night. There are several holidays that revolve around sort of the dark and death. Of course, death is part of life, and we humans have approached our fears and respect and even celebration of death in many ways. As I mentioned, Samhain is the Celtic pagan holiday at the end of October. The Celtic pagans believed that there was a veil separating the living from the dead. And at Samhain, that veil is thin, and the spirits of the dead could pass through to the world of the living. Not all spirits were thought to be friendly, so people didn't want to be recognized by spirits that might do them harm. They wore their clothes turned inside out to disguise themselves. And later, this developed into the tradition of Halloween costumes. So Halloween then developed from Samhain traditions images of ghosts and zombies and mummies, conjure up the idea of this spookiness from beyond the grave, right? The dead or the undead walking among us. But Halloween has an atmosphere of fun, right? You're dressing up in costumes, going maybe to a Halloween fair or a party. And the old Samhain tradition of going door to door for soul cakes later became trick-or-treating. So soul cakes are also the basis of the name for All Souls Day on November 2nd. And of course, this is our All Souls service. All Souls Day is a Catholic holiday to remember and pray for the dead. As with many other Christian holidays like Christmas and Easter, it has its roots in paganism. Now, Dia de Muertos in Mexico takes a different approach. It's about connecting with ancestors in a joyful way, remembering and honoring the beloved dead with ofrendas like ours, and with photos and mementos, and sometimes offerings of the favorite foods or drinks of the beloved dead. And marigolds are very traditional for Dia de Muertos on the ofrendas. Families have picnics in the cemeteries at their loved ones' graves. So for Dia de Muertos, the vibe is celebratory, not scary, right? And in modern Samhain circles, there's a tradition of reading out the names of those who have died that year, and also the names of the babies born. I appreciate this honoring of the cycle of life, right? People die, babies are born, it goes around. Whatever our feelings about death, one thing we can do is remember our beloved dead and honor our ancestors in whatever way feels right to us. and do our best to let their deep wisdom guide us as we celebrate life in all its forms and times. So I'd like to share with you excerpts from a poem by Deborah Hall. Samhain. This is the time of the deepest in, the darkest moon, the fertile void, the waiting womb. This is the time when silence roots, trees unleaf, the land is stripped back to bone, bone fires on hills, wood smoke at dusk, wet leaves in layers stuck to our boots, the spider, the web, the bread of the dead, pumpkin soup in pumpkin bowls, a purple candle in the heavy hung window for our beloved dead returning home. This is the night when the veil is thin and a wolf must die in her own skin. And this is the night when they come again and we welcome them in. Old friends, ancestors, family members, great-great-grandmothers, animal kin. This is the night to ask them wise questions and hear unexpected answers. This is the night for our beloved dead. Blessed be. Thank you.
We have a tradition here at the Unitarian Society, which we have been celebrating for many years now, and that is our ribbons of remembrance. So in just a moment, when the offertory baskets are passed around, right afterwards, there's going to be a basket passed around with colorful ribbons. If you need a pen, there's also a pen, or you can pull one out of your pocket or borrow one from your neighbor. And you're invited to take one of these ribbons as the basket is passed around and write the names of the person or people you are remembering today. Hold on to that ribbon, and later in the service, we're going to offer a blessing for them. And then after the service is over, on that gate right outside of our sanctuary doors in the courtyard, we tie those ribbons onto the gate where they will flutter and fly in the breeze, remembering us Sunday after Sunday, as long as they stay up there, the color and the beauty that their lives gave to this world. And if you're joining us online, if you want to type the names into the chat, we will, after the service, retrieve those names and write them on ribbons for you so that they can join all of the other ones that we are tying onto our gate together. We celebrate today traditions shared across many cultures and continents, knowing that the diversity of our human experience enriches us all. But these are also perilous times, and we know that not everyone shares the same vision of a diverse, beloved community. And so on our altar, I also have placed ribbons to remember those who have died in the dangerous crossing of deserts and rivers and continents, seeking safety and better lives. I have placed a ribbon to remember those who have died in ICE custody in recent times, knowing that everyone is beloved of someone, and that there are altars being built for them somewhere too. And we commit to continuing our fight for our friends and neighbors who just want to live in peace together. Let us be those people with the courage to love more fiercely than we hate. Let us have the courage to call for an end to violence and cruelty and pursue compassionate peace so that all people may find safety in their living and dignity until the end of their days. May it be so. Every week and every month, we partner with an organization or a program that lives our values out in the world. And we are beginning a new month here, which means we are beginning a new outreach offering in partnership with the Bridget Alliance. The Bridget Alliance works for reproductive justice and allows for referrals for travel, food, lodging, childcare, and other support for people seeking abortions, which is getting harder and harder to do in our nation. They are part of this ecosystem of support of organizations fighting for reproductive justice in our world. And we are so grateful to be partnering with the Bridget Alliance to reach across with love and care and support. Please join me in reading the affirmation of gratitude and giving. Let us be grateful when we are able to give, for many do not have that privilege. Let us be grateful for those who share their gifts with us, for we are enriched by their giving. And let us be grateful even for our needs, so that we may learn from the generosity of others.
Rose
passed the ribbons around yet? Yes, some have ribbons and some have not. All right, so I'm going to invite the ushers to go ahead and pass the baskets of ribbons around so that we can write those names on them and then bless them at the end. We are living in a historical moment. Of course, all moments are historical given enough time. But this moment in particular feels bigger than most, perhaps, important, history-making, as if we hover on the edge of something much larger than the day-to-day. It's not big and important and grand like the moon landing or discovering penicillin, but it feels important like we're asking those big questions of whether peace and justice will prevail in the end, whether democracy will survive in the end, or will that slide toward tyranny just keep sliding and take us down that slope towards, well, we've seen where that slope leads in the past. And some of the folks on this altar, they saw where that slope leads as well. And in their time, they did what they could to hold on to their humanity, just as we are holding on to ours today. And when talking about the past, we tend to look for these big moments. We look in our histories for the places where things went wrong. We tell these stories of wars and colonizations and conflict, and if we hear about people working for peace and justice, it's usually because they're responding to those wars and conflicts and colonizations. They're responding to something they're trying to fix. It's part of the way our brain is wired, it seems, to do everything we can to try to learn from past mistakes. Tell stories about what went wrong so we can try to make it right in the future. It's this survival strategy that's wired into us, and it's often a good one. It's one of the reasons I love learning about history, particularly the history of social justice in our movements, because it reminds me that in every time and place, there were always people trying to do better, who answered the call of love and compassion. But this All Souls Day, I find myself wondering about different stories, different types of stories than just those stories of conflict. Surely they must be there. The 1,000 acts of love and kindness and compassion that go unrecorded in the history books. The daily decisions made in care and friendship, not perfect, but caring. Ancestors who were not without their own heartbreaks and griefs, but did the best they could with what they had. Ancestors who will never be in a history book or maybe even the newspaper, whose photo might never even have been taken, but whose habits of the heart live on in our own, sometimes without us even knowing their names. We are here, all of us, we are here today not just because of the generals and the presidents and the artists and the writers whose names are known, but because of a stream of people who loved and lived and cooperated and persevered and fed each other when times were tough and healed each other when they got sick and danced and laughed and sang and had birthday parties. And all those things that happen all the time in the millions, in the billions of lives that have flowed toward this moment, resulting in us right here, right now. As Alberto Rios said in the poem that I used for our opening words, if someone in your family tree was trouble, 100 were not. The bad do not win, not finally, no matter how loud they are. We simply would not be here if that were so. You are made fundamentally from the good. When Rios says we are made from the good, he means the ones who passed on their ways of loving the world from one generation to the next. The ones who survived because they built community, they tended gardens, they helped out their neighbors, they mentored people at their workplaces, they raised children, families of birth and families of choice, families by chance, and families carefully curated with love and care. We come from all kinds of lineages, but one thing we all have in common is that love and care is what carried our ancestors through whatever the challenges of their day might have been. Love and care is what we celebrate on our altar today. We have learned to love the world and each other because it has been gifted to us, and it is the best survival strategy that there is. Love and care and compassion is the very best survival strategy that this miraculous world could come up with. And it is our gift from all those who have gone before us. The song we sang earlier, We Are, written by Dr. Issei Barnwell from Sweet Honey in the Rock. When she was asked about what inspired it, she said this: "Each and every one of us stands atop a lineage that has at its core mothers and fathers and teachers and dreamers and shamans and healers and builders and warriors and thinkers and, she says. So in spite of our uniqueness, we come from and share every experience that humankind has ever had, she says. In this way, we are one." And I would take that a step further and say that yes, there are terrible things in our human story that we share, that we must reckon with. The vast majority of our ancestors survived because of the human capacity for love. That is what keeps us alive. We are one because we have inherited that shared capacity for love. What we choose to do with that inheritance now, that is what matters. How we pass that love forward into the future is the task that our ancestors have given us today. I want to share another poem, this one by Bonnero Overstreet. She was born in 1902. She was a woman who was a poet and teacher and lecturer in the 1930s and 40s and 50s. And she writes this poem. "Are not my hands my own? How is it then that I stand here alone in my kitchen, intent upon the making of a pie, and suddenly my mother's hands have slipped inside of mine? And mine are only gloves made flexible by what she wills to do with flour and salt and shortening. I stare down, my hands proved mine by permanent signature, and yet their motions I have seen before. Fingers that hold a pie in midair upon their tip that spread to balance it, and I have seen a hand that slid a blade around the pie plate, neatly shearing off unwanted crust that dangled to the board to crumble there in a little heap. This is familiar. But it was not I who posed the plate or drew the cutting blade. That was my mother. And if this be, how do I know to the last small detail the feeling that was intimately hers? Just as she must have learned upon some day and felt her fingers halt with quick surprise, the sense of having other hands slip in to use her hands, their muscles and their joints to work an older will with flour and salt. This is the ancient comfort, the deep knowing in heart and bone and sinew, that I stand never alone so long as I can share here in my kitchen, here in my little hour, the modes, the drama of humans staying above. A quiet drama, played in small sounds a spoon makes against a mixing bowl, the little slap of dough upon a board. So I stand alone within my kitchen, flour on my hands and centuries at my elbow, as though I had come back to some beginning to take another look at chart and compass. here we are, centuries at our elbow, looking for chart and compass to help us navigate this moment, this historical moment. We can look to the famous folks who did great things for our hope and inspiration, but we can also listen to the quiet drama played in small sounds that carried our ancestors through, the stories unrecorded in words, but found in the muscles and the sinews of our hands and our souls, where our real strength lies. And we can trust that that love that we now embody and the kindnesses that we pass along, that these things will shape the future just as much as anything. Love has this staying power, you see. It outlasts election cycles. It resurfaces after wars are won or lost. It is found even in the midst of prisons and protests. Love is here in abundance, and it always will be. It is our heritage and our hope. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen. And thank you. If you have a ribbon, go ahead and hold it in your hand right now. And if you're at home, you can put the names in the chat. You can hold your hand open or over your heart, however it is you get connected to all of us here together. And I invite us all now into this spirit of blessing for the ribbons of remembrance that we have created and will tie on our gate. Let me see if I can find the ribbons I put up here. Oh, they're tucked back there somewhere. Spirit of love, mystery of all being, we give thanks for the lives of those who have come before us. May they be at peace, resting in the arms of the universe. Their work done, their gifts given, their love shared, their pain released. Now it is up to us, inheritors of this life, ancestors in the making. It is our time to do our part so that generations to come may live in a more beloved world. May the stories we share of our beloved dead whom we remember today inspire us to live our own lives with more courage, compassion, and joy. Amen, and blessed be. And let us sing together one more time, Go Lifted Up, Rise in Body and Spirit. It's number 1057 in the Teal hymnal. It's a simple song. I think you'll pick it up quickly. So stay right where you are. And if you have permission to take hands with someone near you, go ahead and do so, or hold your hands open or put your hands over your heart. However it is that you would like to get connected to this larger love among us. as you carry these stories with you out into this beautiful and heartbreaking world. May the light of love shine upon you, out from within you, be gracious unto you, and bring you peace. For this is the day we are given. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And let us call out a blessing. And one more thing, because we have this beautiful altar and so many of you have brought these beautiful photographs, I invite you to leave them up here for a little while so that as people exit, you can come up and see all of our ancestors that have gathered, and then come back into the sanctuary at any time to retrieve your mementos.